Hey there, Dave here. This is going to be a video on the commonality and normativity problems as they arise in Sally Haslanger's article, Gender and Race, What Are They? What Do We Want Them to Be? So Haslanger frames her discussion in this piece in part in response to these problems that she calls the commonality problem and the normativity problem. And she focuses on these problems as they arise in particular for her theories of gender. She suggests analogous connections to her theory of race, but that isn't the focus of these problems as they arise in the article. And in particular, she raises them as problems for her analysis of what it is to be a woman. So purpose of this video will be just to give a quick sketch of what these problems in fact are as Haslanger sees them. So Haslanger's attempting in this paper, among other things, to give an account of who is a woman. She's going to give a theory of the form so-and-so is a woman if and only if, fill it in. And there are concerns that have been raised in the past in feminist theory about engaging in a project with that shape. Not concerns in particular about this particular answer or that particular answer or the other particular answer, but rather concerns about the shape of the project full stop. That is the shape of the project where you give a story about who is and who isn't a woman. So the project of answering this question of who is a woman that Haslanger is engaging in is a project that Haslanger puts forward as an important part of feminist theorizing, right? If feminist theorizing is theorizing that in part or in whole is attempting to address the oppression of women and attempting to improve women's situation, you might think that in order to be able to do that, it's important to know first who the women are so that we can think about, okay, well, whose oppression is feminism trying to alleviate? Whose situation is feminism trying to improve? And that's the role that Haslanger sees this kind of account as playing, or one role that Haslanger sees this kind of account as playing. And roughly the commonality problem is this, because women differ from each other in so many ways, based on geographic location, nationality, racial position, class position, ability, and so on, that any account you give of it takes having these features to be a woman and not those features and so on, is itself going to have to miss some women, that there won't be any set of features that the women have in common. Women differ from each other in their situations far too greatly for any single fixed set of features to be the set of features usable to identify who the women are or aren't. And the normativity problem is thinking about a similar sort of thing, but from a different angle. There's a common thought within feminist theory that the idea that there's a right way or a wrong way to be a woman is itself part of women's oppression and one of the ideas that needs to be pushed against. And the normativity problem essentially raises the concern that any understanding someone offers of so-and-so's a woman if and only if they have these features is an understanding that is itself committed to this idea that there's a right way to be a woman, that is, having those features, whatever they turn out to be, and a wrong way, namely lacking those features. So the commonality problem is a worry that some women are going to be left out. The normativity problem is a worry rather about taking on commitments to there being a right or wrong way to be a woman. And Haslanger is concerned to give an account of what it is to be a woman, give an account that does draw those lines between who is and who isn't, but in ways that don't sail into the problems that the commonality problem and the normativity problem have made for other such views.